Hello friends, welcome to Diksha Classroom. In the last few days, we have been discussing the questions from last NTA NET examination. So far, we have discussed the questions from logical reasoning, teaching aptitude, mathematical reasoning, and communication, and the reading and comprehension. So, today we are going to discuss some of the questions from the topic communication. These questions were asked by NTA in the examinations which were conducted in the months of September, October and November. So we are going to discuss the sum of the questions, and the first question is, we want to arrange or we want to match the list 1 with the list 2, and this is the match the following question. We want to match the list 1 with the list 2. The list 1 says modes of communication, and list 2 is the description of that modes of communication, description of the modes of communication. So we need to identify which mode of communication is suitable to these descriptions. So we want to identify that. So in the list 1, the modes of communications are publicity, propaganda, advertising and public relation. And the list 2, reputation and management, paid message, non-commercial promotion and communication with motives. So we want to identify, we want to match the list 1 with list 2, and we have given 4 options. The option A, A1, B2, C3 and D4. Option B, A1, B2, C4 and D3. And option C, A4, B1, C3 and D2. And option D, A3, B4, C2 and D1. If you have the answer, you can comment your answer, and if you want more time to do the answer, you can pause the video and later you can give the answer. So let's check the answer now. So the answer is, we know that A, publicity. Publicity, we know that it is a non-commercial promotion. So publicity means non-commercial promotion. Normally, when a company or any political parties or any organizations do the publicity works, it is a non-commercial promotional activities. Normally they will not be paid for the publicity for making publicity, for they will do many kinds of activities, but it is not commercial. Normally it is non-commercial promotion. So publicity match with the non-commercial promotion. Then the second one, propaganda, means we know that it is a communication with motives. So propaganda means it is a communication, sharing information to the large number of people, or exchanging or spreading informations to the large number of people with a motives. If there is a specific motive, then we can say it is a propaganda. We have been hearing the words like the anti-communist propaganda. The anti-communist propaganda were there in the last centuries, and nowadays we can see that propaganda against Islamic communities like Islamophobia. So we can say that these kinds of things, definitely these are the things part of communication, but they have a special motives, whether it is illegal or unethical, but it's a part of communication. So propaganda means spreading an information or sharing an information with a specific motives. So we can call it is a propaganda. When a person or a group of person sharing or communicating the informations with a special motives, we can say that it is a propaganda. Then we can say that advertising. So advertising, there is no chances of doubts, it is a paid message. So when a company or when a product, the company normally has promoting their product. So in order to promote their product, they will give money, they will give cash to the advertising companies, and the advertising company will create ads or advertisements for that specific product. So there will be there should be a paid the companies should be paid to convey their products, to spread the informations regarding their product to the public communities or the public people. Okay, so in order to spread the informations regarding their product, companies are normally giving cash to the advertising company, and advertising companies will create energetic advertisement, and it will be spreaded to the people around the companies or the peoples in India or in the world. So we can say that advertising is the paid message. And definitely the last one, public relations, will match with the reputation and management. So in order to enhance the reputation of the management will do large kinds of public relations activities, and definitely each and every company will have a public relation officer. The public relation officer will do the public relation activities in order to enhance the reputation of the company. So we can say that answer is D. Publicity means non-commercial promotion. Propaganda means communication with motives, and advertising means paid message, and public relations means reputation and management. So I hope you have understood these concepts, and let's move to the next one. Again, the question is related to match the following question. Again, we have given two lists, list 1 and list 2, and list 1 says type of communication and list 2 says characteristics of the communication, types of the communication and the features of the communications. And the types of communication we have given: vertical communication, horizontal communication, circular communication, and transactional communication. And list 2, the characteristics are feedback oriented, interpersonal, top down, rumor oriented. It is an easy question. You can give the answer in very easily. So we have given 4 options. Option A, A1, B2, C3 and D4. Option B, A2, B3, C4 and D1. Option C, A3, B4, C1 and D2. And option D, A4, B1, C2 and D3. So you can comment your answer. We are going to check the answer. So definitely it is an easy question. We can say that vertical types of communication means top-down communication. Vertical communication will be like this. Either it will be like downward communication, or it will be upward communication. If it is a downward communication, the communication will happen from the side of superior to the subordinates. But in the case of upward communication, the subordinates starts the communication to the higher authorities or superiors. Or easily we can say that the communication from the superior to subordinates is the downward communication, and the communication from the part of subordinates and to the superiors, we can say that upward communication. Either it is downward communication or up-down communication. It is a part of vertical communication. So the vertical communication means top-down communication. And we know that vertical communication is top-down communication. Then we can say that horizontal communication. So we can say that horizontal communication will match with rumor oriented. We know that normally in a vertical communication, the formal the formal content will be passed through the authorities from the superior to subordinates. But when it comes to horizontal, it will be an informal communication. So one of the characteristics of the horizontal communication is it is rumor oriented. And when we talk about the circular communication, definitely we know that it is feedback oriented. Normally in a communication, there will be, if it is in a one-way communication, there will be sender send a message through a channel to the receiver, and receiver will not be replied, will not be gives any feedback. So it is an, we can say that linear model of communication. But when a linear model of communication comes to the circular, we can say that there will be feedback. When there is feedback in communication, then we can say that it will be like circular communication. Sender send a message to a receiver, and receiver again send a reply or feedback to sender. So we can say that it is a circle. When there is a feedback, when receiver gives any feedback, or when a receiver gives any kinds of response to the sender, then we can say that that communication is a circular communication. Then the last one, transactional communication. So the few minutes before we have talked about like linear model of communication. In the linear model of communication, there is one way speaking. That is a one-way model of communication. And transactional communication means interpersonal communication, and it is a two-way process of communication. So there will be feedbacks and there will be responses from the side of receiver. So we can say that the feature of one of the interpersonal communication is one of the feature of or the characteristics of a transactional communication. So we can say that the types of communication, vertical has the feature of top down, and the horizontal communication has the feature of rumor oriented, and circular communication has the feature of feedback oriented, and transactional communication is the interpersonal communication. So I hope you have understood, and if you have any doubts, you can ask your doubts here. You can comment your doubts. We will be clarified your doubts soon. So let's move to the next one. So in this question, identify the correct sequence of the media production process. It is related to media production process, and we need to identify the correct sequences. We have given some steps, around five steps are there, like content preparation, planning, production, transmission, and feedback analysis. And among these five steps, we want to rearrange that in order to the correct sequence. So which one is first, which one is second, then after that what will come, and finally what will come. So we need to rearrange that. So we want to identify the correct sequence of mass media production process from the given options. Then we have given the four options, the correct sequence. They are saying which one is the correct sequence, whether it is A, B, C, D, E, or whether it is B, C, D, A, E, or whether it is D, C, B, E, and A, or B, A, C, D, and E. We need to identify that. You can comment your answer. We are going to check the answer. So it is also one of the easiest question which NTA has asked in the last year, the last examination. So we know that the first step is absolutely planning. Then the second one means the content preparation, and the third one is production, and the fourth one is transmission, and the last one is feedback analysis. So we know that definitely the sequence, the correct sequence of media production process, first one is planning. We know that planning means it's a bridge between present and future. In the planning, we are deciding in advance what to do, when to do, which one we will do, like what we want to present, or what we want to communicate to people, or what we want to communicate to the students. So these kinds of things we have decided in advance. So first of all, we want to decide these things. So the planning is the first one. Then after deciding, so we need to prepare the content. So the content, what contents are going to be presented in front of people, so we need to prepare that content. Then after planning and content preparation, we want to produce that one. Then transmission, we want to share that information to the people. And the last one is feedback analysis. When we share the particular information to the public, then we want to get the feedbacks or the responses from the public in order to understand whether the public has understood the information which we have shared. So the feedback analysis is very important. The feedback analysis is positive. We can say that we could share the information effectively. When the feedback will be the negative, then our information which has shared will not be an effective. So the feedback analysis is the last one. So the order is planning, content preparation, then production, and the transmission. The last and final one is feedback analysis. So let's move to the next one. Again, the question is related to the match the list question. Again, we have given two lists, list 1 and list 2. In the list 1, the information is about the examples of communication. In the list 1, we have given the examples of communication, and list 2 we have given types of communication. So we need to identify the types of communication with the appropriate examples. So the examples of communication, there are sending email, and then verbal instruction, then exchange of information between two groups of people, and the last one traffic signals. And list 2 types of communication: semiotics of communication, transactional communication, formal communication, and informal communication. And we have given 4 options: option A, A3, B4, C2 and D1, option B, A2, B3, C1 and D4, option C, A1, B2, C4 and D3, and option D, A4, B1, C3 and D2. So you can comment your answer. If you want more time to do the answer, you can pause the video. Later you can start the watching. So let's check the answer. So the answer is A3, sending an email. We know that normally we send an email for the parts of it's a formal nature. So sending an email means when we send an email to the others means it is a formal nature. For it is a part of formal communication. For the parts of formal communication, or for sharing an important informations or information regarding the works. So normally the higher authorities sends email to subordinates in order to mention the works what the subordinates has to do. So the subordinates wants to do. So the works, the kinds of works or the informations or the knowledge how to do the works, when the subordinates wants to complete the work, or what are the kinds of works the subordinates want to do. So these kinds of information normally the superior authorities will share to the subordinates through an email. So we can say that sending email is an example of the formal communication. Then when we check the B, verbal instruction, so we can say that it is an informal. So simply verbal means using the words, just saying something. So it is an informal nature. So it is the example of verbal instruction is the example of informal communication. And the C, exchange of information between two groups of people. So we can say that it is transactional. So we have said in the last question, the transactional communication means communicating, sharing the information between two or more people, but there is feedbacks that each and every people in the groups will share the information together. So there will be feedbacks and responses. That is not a part of one-way speaking, that is the part of two-way speaking. So the exchange of information between two groups of people, it is an example of the transactional communication. And the last one, the traffic signals. So even without a single shadow of doubt, we can say that it is a semiotics. So we know that semiotics means the study about the science. We can say that semiotics. So the traffic signal is a sign. So when we see a red light in a traffic signal, we will stop our vehicle. When we see the green light in the traffic signal, we will move to forward. So it gives a meaning to the people. So the study, it is a sign. So the signs are included in semiotics. So the traffic signal is an example of the semiotics communication. So I hope you have understood the question and answered the concept. If you have any doubts, you can comment your doubts and we will move to the last question. So in this question, we have given two statements. First statement is assertion and the second one is reason. So the assertion says universality of communication makes education vital and vibrant, and reason semiotic narration does not lend itself credence to make it an efficient mode of teaching. So in the lights of these statements, we want to identify which of the following options are true. So option A, both assertion and reason are correct and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. And option B, both assertion and reason are correct but reason is the not correct explanation of A. And option C, assertion is correct but the reason is not correct. And option D, assertion is not correct but the reason is correct. So we need to identify which option is true about regarding this assertion and the reason. You can comment your answer. So the answer is assertion is correct but reason is incorrect. So in the above two statements, the statement of assertion is correct and the statement of reason is incorrect or false. So we want to identify or we want to understand how the assertion become true and how or why the reason become false. We need to identify, we need to know that. So let's check the assertion. Assertion says like universality of education makes education vital and vibrant. So it is talking about the universality of communication. So we know that nowadays the communication is an universal process, and it will not be, or we can say that it does not be limited with a specific geographical areas, or the communication does not limited with a specific geographical boundary, but it is an universal process. So the universality of communication helps the education vital and vibrant. So it is true, we know that nowadays the education system is vital and vibrant. We can use many technologies or many variety kinds of informations because our communication system has been universalized. So the universality of communication makes education vital and vibrant. It is true. And the second one, semiotic narration. And the semiotic, in the last slide we have discussed about the term semiotic communication. So the semiotic communication means the study about the signs, or when we use signs and symbols to do the communication. When we use signs and symbols as a part of communication, we can say that it is a semiotic nature. So the reason says semiotic narration does not lend itself credence. It does not give credence to make it an efficient mode of teaching. So in the reason says that when a teacher using the semiotic signs, semiotic informations or signs and symbols in the classroom, it will not give any kinds of credence like the classroom communication will be efficient. It does not give these kinds of credence, and it does not give. So the reason is the semiotic narration does not lend itself credence to make it an efficient mode of teaching. And the option C says A is correct, but reason is not correct, because here it says like does not lend itself credence, but we can say that it is not correct. But the correct one is the semiotic narrations gives credence to make it an efficient mode of teaching. The semiotic narrations or signs or symbols, when a teacher using signs and symbols in the classroom will be more effective. But here the reason says it does not gives when we use signs and symbols, they will not be effective. It will not lend to effective. So the option says like this, but it is wrong. So we know that semiotic narrations does not like we can say that semiotic narrations will lend itself credence to make it an efficient mode of teaching. So we can say like this. So the option C is correct. Assertion is correct, but the reason is not correct. So these are the questions we have discussed today. We will discuss remaining questions tomorrow. Thank you.